Have you ever looked at your family history and thought, well, I guess I'm next? If you've ever felt like your health story was already written before you were even born, this video is going to change that. Because today, we're breaking down the science that proves, without a question, we have far more control over our health than we've previously been told. And if clarity, empowerment, and real health transformation matter to you, stay with me all the way till the end, because this may be one of the most important lessons we hear this entire year. So let's get into it. Not long ago, someone sat across from a doctor. Staring at a lab report they didn't fully understand. The room smelled faintly of disinfectant, paper felt heavier than it should have, and the doctor looked up and said something simple. This runs in your family. You'll want to keep an eye on it. Nothing dramatic happened in that moment. No alarms went off. There was no real emergency. Just a quiet sentence that landed like a verdict. And the thought that followed was almost automatic. So I guess this is just how my story ends. The reason this story matters is because that single moment is exactly where most health journeys silently go off course, and that's what we're correcting today. Many of us, unfortunately, walk around with this quiet fear that our DNA is this ticking time bomb. Maybe certain conditions simply run in the family, and it feels like we're just waiting our turn. That fear is real, but the truth behind it is far more hopeful. To make sense of this, let's start with a simple analogy. Our genes are the blueprint of a house. The blueprint sets the potential structure. It shows the layout, maybe even a few weak spots. But listen carefully, the blueprint itself doesn't pick up a hammer. It doesn't lay a single brick, and it does not build the house. The builder does. And the builder in this case is our lifestyle. This is the first principle. Genes guide potential, but it is lifestyle that determines reality. The reason this blueprint analogy matters is because many of us spend our lives trying to argue with the blueprint instead of realizing that we've been holding the hammer the entire time. We don't realize that we're the commander-in-chief and that our health has essentially fallen into the wrong hands. We've neglected taking charge of our own condition. Now, the paradigm shift is realizing that we've always been in control of our health, whether we knew it or not. Once that clicks, the entire conversation about health changes. So, how does lifestyle have that much influence? This is where one of the most profound concepts in biology comes in, the genetic dimmer switch. And I'm going to explain what this is, but we often think of our genes as simple on or off switches, and that's just not how it works. A much better picture is like a dimmer dial. The brightness or expression of a gene can be turned up or turned down. So, what controls this dial then? You guessed it, lifestyle. The food we eat, how much we move, our stress levels, our sleep, these are all sending instructions to our DNA. This field of science is actually called epigenetics, and its entire purpose is to understand how daily choices literally tag genes and tell them what to do. Yes, a predisposition may be inherited, but predispositions are not destiny. Remember this principle. Genes load the gun, environment and lifestyle pull the trigger. And even more powerful than that is the fact that environment and lifestyle changes can actually unload the gun entirely in many cases. So as we continue to think on this topic that we're on, let's imagine two siblings, same parents, same DNA. One of them grows up stressed, sedentary, and constantly exhausted, while the other moves regularly, eats differently, and sleeps much better. 10 years later, their lab results tell two completely different stories. Same blueprint, different builders. So it's not just about the genes. In fact, why do some health conditions seem to trace down family lines? That's the real question. And here's the real reason. Family trees don't only pass down DNA, they pass down recipes, habits, stress patterns, and lifestyle choices. The grandparents cooked certain foods, and the parents repeated them. Those patterns become learned, and so the biological responses remain consistent across generations. You see, unchanging historical family inputs simply get you unchanging future family output and results. That's why studies have shown that when entire populations adopt a Western diet, diabetes rates can skyrocket in a single generation. Genes don't move that fast. Lifestyle does. Most people, unfortunately, assume that their family history is a life sentence. In reality, it's much closer to a warning label. It doesn't say this is going to happen for sure. It says, hey, pay attention here. So if we're the builders then, what are our essential tools? I believe that there are 5 daily levers that I've seen in my life that speak directly to how my genes can be edited through science of epigenetics. That is diet, that's our fuel. Physical activity, the engine that keeps things going. Sleep is the regulator. Stress management acts as making sure that my fuel from my physical activity and my diet aren't leaking unnecessarily. And toxin exposure, these are the disruptors in our life that we want to get rid of. So let's start with diet. Food is information. Processed food is dirty fuel, while whole food is clean instruction for the body. Physical activity means that the movement we do opens up thousands of fuel doors inside of muscle tissues. It's like hitting a metabolic reset button. Then there's sleep. This, my friends, is not a luxury. Sleep balances the hormones, it curbs our cravings, and restores metabolic function. Next is stress. Chronic stress keeps cortisol levels elevated. Cortisol then dumps sugar back into the bloodstream like a constant invisible leak. And lastly, toxins. Reducing exposure to toxins that statically continue to disrupt insulin signaling, these are all different tools we can implement into our lives that make a massive difference and speak directly to our genes. Unfortunately, what's rarely explained is that the body is constantly listening. It's always reading these inputs. It's adapting and responding. Not yearly or monthly, it's doing this daily. What we do amplifies the good or the harm inside of the body. And these changes don't take years. Some improvements can even begin within days. You see, insulin sensitivity can improve within 2 weeks of starting diet and lifestyle changes. Daily movement helps immediately, and a single calming breath can lower stress hormones within minutes. Every choice made is a command sent to our DNA. And what surprises people most is not just that lifestyle matters, but how fast the body responds once signals change. You see, the system isn't broken. Our bodies have just been waiting for clearer, better instructions. We are not prisoners of a blueprint. We are the builders that are shaping that final structure. DNA cannot be changed. Let me make that clear. But lifestyle, daily choices, these are the things in control of the control panel for gene expression. Every single walk we do helps to dim hurtful gene expressions, while every meal that we intake that is healthful and good for the body may brighten healthful gene expressions. Every good night of sleep, every moment of peace, each of these inputs allow us to step up to the control panel of our genes and start entering commands for better health. So I'll leave us with this one question. Now that we know that we're in the driver's seat, where will we take this precious body that we've been gifted? Now that we know that we're the builders, what habits will we choose to build today? This isn't a rhetorical question, it's a decision point. Put in the comments below what one health tool you want to implement more this year. Is it a better diet, more physical activity, better sleep? Do you want to manage your stress levels better? The bottom line is we are capable of change. And if this journey towards ownership and health through clarity and understanding resonates with you, stay with us during this series, because the next video directly impacts the foundation of how we actually apply these principles in real everyday decisions. I promise you, we are going deeper on these topics, and it's only going to get more powerful from here. This video was brought to you by Cure University, more commonly known as Cure You, because we believe that the right information has the ability to cure you. Stay blessed, stay healthy, subscribe for more, and if you liked the video, don't forget to like the video.